Welcome to Season 4, Race 7 here in Australia with Marino on pole from Prix and Matty Medvec. Wet Loco is starting in 4th from Mivo Schmeicher and Gabriel Barton, with Nicholas Palaminio, the championship leader, in 7th from you and teammate Gasly. Bort car starts 10th from your boy and Carson Thornburg. Great Shen is in 13th from Dav Sanchez and Tommy. Dominic Hudson is 16th from a terrible qualifying from Cyril, and then comes Colby, Thong, Sheldon, Akari Lopez, and Lewis Olsen. The excitement of the INDYCARs have returned as the Mexican number 14 is on pole. All 5 lights go on. And we are underway in Australia. Great start there from the 99 of Oqui off the line. Heading down into the first chicane. He's in front of Bob Marino there, but only about a 1/10 of a second within each other as they head down into turn number 3. Wet Loco, Hungary's favourite. Hungary for some more positions, even though he's already up in 3rd position. Our man Cyril, 5-second time penalty way further back, but out in front. It is Qui who leads the pack for Hyperdrive BBX. It's been a while since we've seen some IndyCar racing, but it's great to be back as we're on board with car number 19, Gabriel Barton. We are approaching the 500th ERL race, not the 500th broadcast, because some races have unfortunately been lost to time, but the 500th that was actually run. But you can see the number 99, Oqui of the Netherlands, leading the pack here in the IndyCar series. His teammates currently leading the championship by a very, very long way, so for him to be down in 9th isn't the greatest for Hyperdrive. If it wasn't for the fact that they do have the 99 currently leading the way. On board we go with Bob Marino, the man who started this race on pole, whose teammate Lewis Olsen is already up into 16th position. Heck, make that 15th. This man is on a roll. He's currently dueling over 13th with your boy and Dominic Hudson, these two going side by side as they enter the 2nd sector. This is some really good racing. I've missed IndyCar. I love commentating over IndyCar. I love this series, mate. And just knowing that we won't have this red to represent this category, the American counterpart of the ERL Formula E series, the fact that this series is going to go orange next season is very interesting. We are becoming the ERL Champ Car World Series for Season 5. A lot more of a rebrand than the entire operation was when it became the ERL in Season 19. Well, no, Season 20, sorry. Thought it was 19, but it was Season 20. We're on to lap 3. Oh, front puncture! Oh no! Wet Loco, the 35 for the front puncture. The second we get back on board with the Penske driver. He is dropping so far down the order after a brilliant qualifying as well. It is all over before it really even got started for Wet Loco, and he's holding up Lewis Olsen there, really hampering his progress. But now the entire field is going to go by. He's going to lose a lot of time here. I don't think he's going to be put a lap down, because it isn't really that fast of a track. There are some stop-start parts, especially in the final sector, as we're on board with Marino, who is working an unbelievably hard job right now. He's trying to attack Qui while defending from Labarton, and now he's put 2 seconds in between him and Labarton, so there's no worry in that. So here comes the Mexican as Gabriel's into the pits. Bob Marino to the race lead on lap 4 of 14. Brilliant use of both push to pass and attack mode going down the main straight as they're now coming out of turn number 4. And we ride on board with your race leader in the 14. We are in that first phase of pit cycles as Cyril serving that time penalty. And yeah, these guys aren't going to make it back to meet Wet Loco without, of course, the Hungarian driver coming into the pits. And that's really unfortunate for Mr. Loco. I mean, you never want to see a driver face such a terrible issue to the race, but for Wet Loco too, he's quite new to the ERL, as Nicholas Palomino, who, just to remind you, is in his debut season. He is leading the championship by a long way. I think he's going to be coming into the pits because he was in front of so many, but yes, he does dive in. He got priority over his teammate Prix. So what Hyperdrive seem to be doing here is going for track position, not the same as what Maya Shankar doing, because as we see Hudson come into the pits, also into the pits on this lap, Bob Marino, as you can see him, he's hurtling down that pit straight. LeBlanton, though, the first man to come into the pits, though, he's gained on everybody here. He is 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Do I hear 7? 7 seconds in front of Bob Marino for a second there. I think he's now settling that gap to about 6-7 seconds. Jesus Christ, I said 6-7. I don't get that meme. But anyway, Prix still leading the pack, about a second in front of Matty Medvets in that 66 car for Chip Ganassi Racing. And that team Chip Ganassi, you know, we are still waiting to see them, you know, bring back that performance they had when they were sponsored by DHL. When that team was sponsored by DHL, they were an unbelievable force to be reckoned with. Now they are just kind of mid. I know I shouldn't be using online terminology and commentary, I don't care. They have been mid, as Medvec comes out of the pits on the hard tyres, same tyres as Cyril and Tommy. Midvec. We got 8 to go here, folks. And Prix is still leading the pack. Palomino is currently running a net P3. Akari has been caught by Gabriella Barton and has been passed by the number 19, who is now chasing down Prix, but we've got some darkening clouds here in Australia. Never want to see rain, and the last wet race we really had in this championship was quite a while ago now in St. Petersburg, and that was so wet. It was raining at the start of the race, and it rained all the way to the end of the race. Into the pits comes O'Quee. Wack Loco stays out, so hard tyres going on. He is trying to do the one stop. We believe it should work. Akari rounding the final turn there. He comes into the pits as well. Marino versus Palomino for P2, as Miłosz has hit his teammate there, fighting over 10th. Hudson with the fastest lap, a 1:05 lap time, very quick from the AJ Foyt Enterprise man, as Prix getting swarmed after coming out of the pits. He is 10th behind Miłosz Micah after starting on the front row. The hard tyres, they're not the tyres that'll get you up to the front too quickly. Palomino currently running up in second, his teammate who is fighting for the championship. Look at those front lefts. The front left for Nico Palomino, struggling to maintain that tread. It is blistering. It is picking up everything on the track, all the marbles, and it is making it slower. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue until about lap 9. So for the guys on the softs and mediums right now, you could see this become a 2-stop. This could be a 2-stop, and that would bring Manny Medvets and O'Quee back into the game. Into the pits has come Gabrielle Labarton. It's Gabrielle, I don't know him. Fastest lap goes to Niven Colby. Mediums go on. That's his second stop after just doing 3 laps. We think those softs can do about 5 if you really push them. Ray Shen has been given a 5-second time penalty, this one just for track limits, which is arguably quite embarrassing. Hudson is in front of Medvets, as you can see there, and Marino might have come in. He's definitely slowing. It's a rear puncture for the number 14. Bob Marino, puncture on lap 8 of 14. The pole sitter has been struck down by the second wave of punctures in this race, as Akari Lopez has hit his teammate. There come the two. Oh my goodness, so close between the two apexes. Cyril getting in front of his teammate in the number 10 car. And honestly, for Ikari, he is looking for victory today, but I don't think he'll find it. Medium's going on for Palomino. This is going to become a two-stop race for many drivers. So it's Medvets who now leads from his teammate, Carson Thornburg. But again, does Thornburg have the tyres to make it to the end? Look at the state of those softs. Look at the state of our frame rates. 0.6 of a second is the gap between first and second as they come through this chicane at the start of the second sector. And not Q in front of Kui. Kui started on the front row and is looking to be the favourite if his strategy works out. But, you know, the hard tyres, he's going to have to make them last to the end. Can they do the distance? Can Kui's tyres go the distance? And for Hyperdrive's sake, if they want to win, they are praying that this man, Matty Medvets' tyres, they don't go the distance. They've done 3 laps already, and they are beginning to show some signs of extreme wear. Blistering on the left side, but he stays out, and he's quite a ways in front of his teammate. Thornburg pits after 4 laps. These softs really can do 4 laps and no more. As there goes Olsen, Lewis Olsen, everybody. This man is really showing us stuff. Oh! What happened? Snap! A wild snap of oversteer. And that is taken out Lewis Olsen. It's the first full course caution of the day. And Medvets is 4 seconds in front of an OQ. My goodness, that came out of nowhere. Don't think he was hit. It's definitely a mechanical failure there. Not the engine, can't have been the engine. But it's the full course cautions, and we do have some news in the realm of the ERL. We always go on about a proper feeder series to Formula E, whether in real life or here in the ERL. And there's Kui now in the slipstream of an RQ, trying to find his way past. He's using both attack mode and push to pass, and will get himself up into second position with that nifty move. We do have an announcement. The Ace Championship will join the ERL in the future. When in the future? When we have another game to use. Oh, Medvets, I think, is pitted. Yes! The 66 is into the pits! Soft tyres ready for Matty Medvets, who at the end of lap 10 has come into the pits. And has to wait to let an OQ go by there. Ikari is now running up in 6th. He's right on the tail of your boy right there. Look at this action. I'm not going to talk right now, just watch this. Because this is amazing. This is the pinnacle of the ERL. You are watching Nicholas Palomino. Yeah, these guys just so close together. And that's really making for some unbelievably exciting racing there. Yeah, we've seen 2 punctures and an unbelievable turn of events for Lewis Olsen already in this race, but still. It is some great racing, and it's just great to be back in the ERL, whether in INDYCAR or in Formula E. And early braking there for Nico. Is he pitting again? His teammate is staying out, so yes, into the pits. And we've got rain! 2 laps to go, Inter's going on! Kui has missed pit lane! Tommy has neglected entering the pits. So have Hudson, Colby, your boy, I believe. No, he's into the pits. Borkar also in. Sanchez is coming into the pits now. Marino is coming through the second sector. Wack Loco was the first man onto those inters. It is raining here in Australia. Some late race drama for you then. And I think that might just wrap up the victory for Kui. The real fight right now is for second. Can Hudson or Colby take second away from Tommy? I think they might be able to do it because they've got a lot more tread left. Oh, full course caution! There was a very weird jump cut there, but Lebarton and your boy both crashing out down there at that chicane. Marino's into the pits now, and I can actually explain, since we're under the full course cautions right now, what happened. My tablet turned off. It saved the recording. There was so little left of the race, I thought, yeah, I'll just give him the rest of it. Unfortunately, it does mean that we have missed Lebarton and your boy's incident, and for Lebarton, that's really unfortunate. He was a race-winning competitor. And Quee is staying out! Tommy is staying out! Hudson and Colby staying out, as well as Ray Shen, quite possibly. Thornburg could be on for victory. All he has to do is get past the guys in front of him. He's got time. INDYCAR has been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. And look at that, he's getting swarmed, is the man in the 33. Unbelievable what we're seeing here in Australia. Things are really going upside down in the down under. Unbelievable. But you know, there's a I still don't think Quee should be worried. I don't think that Quee should be what is going on? I don't think he should be worried. Cyril, you can see him dropping down the order, 26% tyre wear. And oh, Tommy has just let Thornburg drive past. I think he might be on for victory here. I think that number 97 could see victory lane here in Australia. Oh my god. Tommy is out of this race. Holy moly. That helps the 99 crew, because that gap is 6.5 seconds out there, as he's on to the main straight to start the final lap. This could be some unbelievable sets of circumstances going on as we're on to the final lap here in Surfers Paradise. Oh my goodness, it's half the main straight. That's all that's in it for Carson Thornburg. That's all that separates him from victory today. Nicholas Palomino is looking for third today. Not just on track, but of course he's going to get it currently. The gap is only a second. It's less than a second. He goes round the outside. Carson Thornburg takes the lead in Australia. And for Quee, it's oh dear for the strategy team down at Hyperdrive BBX. They kept him out there instead of pulling him into the pits, and now he's down to fourth. It's currently a net third position behind his teammate. But Lam Fong is only 3 seconds behind, and that gap is indeed closing as we're on board of the 73, who goes around the outside and steals the podium away from the man who started this race on the front row. He didn't start on the front row though. Carson Thornburg in the number 97 wins in Surfers Paradise and sets a new fastest lap of 1:04.4. INDYCAR is second on the road, but it will be Palomino due to that time penalty, and Lam Fong will get fourth, we believe. I don't think that will be a podium, and a rear puncture for Dominic Hudson, full car puncture for him and our man Cyril. So they left them out too long, not just for the conditions, but also just down to tyre wear in general. Unbelievable. That right there is our man Cyril with a full car puncture coming across the line in last position. Wow. This is your podium. Nicholas Palomino still stepping on it. Once again this season, it's been a dominant season for him, but it's Carson Thornburg at the flag. And yes, Lam Fong takes a podium for Vietnam. Unbelievable. What a race today. And, you know, for the top three, brilliant race run by all of them. Indeed. As for the rest of your finishes, Bortkar was 4th from Medveds and Miłosz Majka, then it's Akari Lopez from Inoki and Pierre Gasly, with Sheldon being the last of your scorers. Oqui, if he just came into the pits, would have won this race, but he didn't, and he's had to pay the price because now he's been classified as finishing 11th in front of Daf Sanchez and Dominic Hudson. Niven Colby was in front of Shen and Marino, with Armand Cyril being the last of your finishes, with the non-finishers being Tommy with that monster wreck, Lebarton and your boy wrecking at turn 8, Wet Loco and Lewis Olsen. The driver's standings, car number 93 still on top, that's Nicholas Palomino in front of Max Bortkar by 40 points. I still don't understand how he's been able to keep that gap so wide for so long. We've seen other championship runs in all other categories of the ERL being toppled, but I don't think this is going to happen for Nico. I think we might see our first rookie champion. Of course, as I've already mentioned, the Season 2 champion Max Bortkar is 2nd from Carson Thornburg and Oqui. Then it's Pierre Gasly, Ray Shen, Sheldon and Miłosz Majka from Tommy, Armand Cyril, Lam Fong, and Matty Medveds tied with the Season 15 Formula E champion Akari Lopez. Bob Marino currently is classified as 14th in the standings in front of your boy and Niven Colby, who are in front of Lebarton, Sanchez and Loco, Hudson, not Hugh, and Lewis Olsen. In the constructors standings, heading into Road America, Hyperdrive BBX lead the pack from Chip Ganassi Racing and Apex. Not even Apex Pinnacle, no, that's Andretti Green Racing. Sorry, I saw an A and just went for Apex, sorry. Aaron McLaren SP is 4th from Revolution Racing and Apex Pinnacle, tied with Mampe Motorsport. Then it is Team Penske from Power Motorsport and AJ Foyt Enterprise, who are in front of Meyer Shank Racing. Well, very sorry that we had that little technical issue there. We will try and prevent similar things like that happening. But despite that, it was an amazing race today. So much happening, not just the racing, but also the strategy. So I hope you'll join us next time for the Road America Grand Prix when the ERL IndyCar Series returns.